Hello everyone, I'm Kiki, and this is my Redraw Time Challenge. I took 4 artworks of mine that I found buried on a old USB drive and gave myself 2 hours per picture to redraw them. 3 of them I managed to do in just over an hour, actually one of them was under an hour, and the last one, which was actually the third of the 4 that I did, I spent just a bit too much time on the sketching phase and therefore ran out of time. I did still finish the picture just because I did really like how it was coming out and I wanted to finish it, but I will let you know when I hit that time limit and how far I actually got within the time limit. The first artwork that I am redoing is a fan art of Jay Feather from the book series Warriors, which is about cats. I used to love the series, but I stopped reading after the first book that Dovepaw shows up in. I want to say it was like the 4th or 5th series of the books. I could be wrong, but I did really like Jay Feather's character and how he didn't let himself really be treated differently just because he was blind. He still tried to, he still tried to be a warrior because he really wanted to be a warrior, and he's like, I'm not going to let this stop me. But he found his place as a medicine cat, despite not wanting to have been a medicine cat, but found he was far more capable for that position because of what he could do, and he showed that he was far more capable than anyone believed he was. So, yeah. I don't remember why I put him in the tree. I did this way back in 2009, so I probably just wanted him in the tree because I wanted him somewhere up high that I could have the stars behind him. Because why not? Like I said, this was done in 2009, but I do still really like the original just because I was still fairly new to trying digital art. I had only had my pen tablet for a little bit, and obviously was still learning many other things about art in general, so I am still pretty happy with the original piece. But knew I could do better now, because I've learned a lot more and I'm much more used to the art program as well. ArtRage is pretty much the only art program I've really ever used since starting digital art. I did use Photoshop for a little bit, but 99% of it's been ArtRage. But yeah, with the new one, I gave it a little bit more ambiance with the lighting and the coloring. Gave it a little bit more depth, so it doesn't just look like a sticker kind of slapped on there anymore. With Jay Feather's line work, I kept it very soft to help with the nighttime effect, where things aren't quite as crisp. They're kind of almost a little fuzzed out, I guess you could say. The tree is also obviously a big improvement from the old one. He's not like weirdly standing over the leaves and such. He's actually standing on the branch now. And I am also really happy with how the stars in the sky came out. It's kind of got like a cool galaxy sort of effect to it. And this one took me an hour and 20 minutes to finish. For the second one, which is the only one that I originally did traditionally, this is Waka from Okami. I love this man, he is amazing. He doesn't actually have an official eye color, but the dude's from the moon, so purple eyes, why not? It is actually possible to have purple eyes in real life. Most people don't know this, but it's true. My mom and grandma were friends with a dude that had amethyst colored eyes. He'd usually wear colored contacts because it freaked people out less. Don't know why, but okay. And my great grandmother also had purple eyes, but that was like just before colored pictures, so don't have any of those, sadly. Don't believe me, don't care, it's your choice. Moving on to the picture. It was really fun to do. I used the watercolor tool in order to kind of get the color down and move it about and kind of sort of texture it, and then soften it out and used back a layer underneath of color to bring it all together. I'm still trying to figure out how to use the watercolor tool. I changed his bangs to make them fixed to make them more accurate to the game design, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one, even if it's a bit more simpler. And this one took 42 minutes to do. The third one. This is the one that I didn't manage to finish within the time limit of 2 hours that I was giving myself for each picture. She is an original character that I made way back. I used her in an RP I was doing with a friend I made online on Fan Art Central. We used to use our own characters to sort of roleplay back and forth in like this little fantasy world we had created. And I lost my place on my script. Her name's Oina. I don't know why, it's just what I named her. She was from a group of shapeshifters that acted as hunters for magical beings that would get out of hand and become dangerous. Her animal form is a winged cat. I fixed the ear position so she doesn't look like she's got little nubby horns coming out the side of her head anymore. The wings I also fixed as well, and her anatomy because, honey, where are your ribs and waist? Can you tell I had no sense of body structure back then? Anatomy was not a thing for me. I did keep the pose generally the same, but made it a bit more powerful of a stance while still being relaxed, because she's a bit nonchalant. Unless she's arguing with her sister. Of course, then she gets a bit feisty. I didn't change too much about the outfit, just kind of fixing it up and making it a little bit more less stiff. Wow, words. And not quite as awkward. The patterning's a little bit more solid. And I lost my place again. The only thing I'm not really happy with is her face. I'm pretty sure it's her eyes. I don't know if they're just too angled or they're too big. It could also possibly be her mouth. I don't know. But yeah, at the 2 hour mark, I hadn't even finished coloring everything in, and I was like, no. But I still stopped the recording and saved it at exactly that point. And then I really wanted to finish it, so I did restart the recording and gave myself 1 more hour to work on it to try and finish it, which I did manage to do. But I did officially fail this one with the ramifications of the challenge that I gave myself. So, this fluff ball is a creature I made up way back when I was just on Fan Art Central. Tons of people were making their own creatures and like adopting them out and stuff like that, and I was like, I want to do that as my 12-year-old, 13-year-old self. So this is what I came up with. It was supposed to be some kind of fairy creature. I mean, just look at those super well-drawn fairies in the background. They're the original. You can tell I put a lot of time into those. I probably drew them in about 3 minutes. But yeah, I did something a little bit different with the redraw than I normally do with my artwork nowadays in terms of line work. I used the pencil instead of the pen tool, so it's a bit more sketchy. But I sort of did this to pay homage to the older artwork and how I used to do my line work for old artworks, as I would only really use the pencil tool for them. I like the rough look of it with this artwork. I feel like it gives it a little bit more personality, and I'm much happier with the new version, as it doesn't look nearly as creepy or remind me of Furbies. But yeah, this one took me an hour and 18 minutes to finish. And that just about brings us to the end of this 4-piece time challenge of redrawing old artworks. I had 3 successes and 1 failure, but I finished off the failure just because why not? I hope you enjoyed these, and maybe check out some of my other videos, and leave me a comment down below. Which of these 4 did you like best? And maybe I'll see you around on my arty journey. Till the next time, bye!